With the breaking development that singer David has now been arrested in connection with the alleged murder of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez and the release of his attorney's new statement, we have a ton of legal questions we need to answer. Why wasn't he charged yet? He's only been arrested. Why is there a dispute over cause of death? Is there a weakness in this case? What was the evidence LAPD had to make this arrest? So many questions. I'm going to be breaking it down with renowned celebrity criminal defense attorney Bradford Cohen. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime.
We can all agree as people that this David and Celeste situation is getting freakier and freakier by the second. I'm hearing a lot of people say, I hope he get what he deserves. I hope something happens to him in prison. I hope they run off in his back end. I got bad news for y'all. Nothing's going to happen to David. David is going to be on a PC 50-50 yard. One of them yards where they low-key promote these type of fellas, man. There's going to be rapists on the yard that might be running that particular section. There's going to be perverts running around the unit. If he end up in the right place, he'll have a whole freakazoid gang he can run with. No real shit. There's a bunch of freakazoids that got the same mindset, and they're going to go ahead and confine in them, and they're going to let them know, hey, man, I was smashing on a little young chick, too. We good. Anybody play with us, we putting them knives in them, right? And this is a fact. And if it don't go that way, just know there's going to be a bunch of gang members on the yard that might be 50-50 PC, but they still think they hard at the end of the day, right? So what they gonna do is it's what they call taking him under the wing, right? He gonna get took under somebody's wing. So he gonna be paying that fee, and they gonna make sure don't nobody get in his booty, and that's just what it's gonna be. That's not how this shit really work. Everybody gonna go in there with their own little lie. People gonna believe the lie. Some niggas gonna know he bad, right? But they done did bad things. They believe in bad things. So at that point, he's gonna be good, man. So don't think that y'all gonna hear any stories of anything sinister happening to him, or the only way that'll possibly happen if the Mexican mafia get so offended and they feel like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and take out that act no matter what the niggas say, and we just gonna go ahead and get into a riot over that little nigga. Yeah, that's the only way that something will possibly happen to him. But even the Mexican mafia probably won't get involved for the simple fact that she was a Mexican girl running around saying nigga, trying to be a little black chick, run around with black negritos in their mind, right? So they not fucking with that, right? So I think that they not even gonna put their hands on that. They kind of like, hey, you want to roll with the niggas, you with the niggas. Yep, it is what it is. And we ain't got shit to do with that. And like I say, the gang's gonna protect them for a little bit of money. They not running off of any type of code, ethic, morals. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. It's gonna be all about survival, right? So when they in that bitch trying to survive, long as David willing to pay, he'll be okay. It's just what it's gonna be. That's why you starting to see a lot of these gang members are they the ones pimping these young kids, man. They getting these kids at 14 years old, 13 years old at bus stops, taking, grooming them, and pimping them, man. So why the fuck would they care that he was fucking on a little young thing, man? They don't give a damn about that, man. They are with that. You just see that indictment with the Hoovers. Then they had the BPS Bloods under indictment, because that's connected. You know what I mean? It's some Hoovers, some BPSs, some other little niggas, and them niggas is pimping on kids. And if you pimping on kids, having sex with little kids, man, I don't care if you get through under the jail. I don't care if they stone your ass, hang you up from a tree, nigga, shoot you 20 times. I don't give a fuck what happens to that type of freaky individual. And I'm one of them people. I don't like to wish bad on people, right? And I don't really like to judge a lot of people. That's big with me. I don't do a lot of judging. But if you a freakazoid and you fucking on kids because you got no game to get somebody your age, man, I got no fucking tolerance for that. Because that's what this shit be a lot of times. They know damn well they can't go get a grown-ass woman to pimp on them, man. They got no game. She gonna know he fucking lame. They can only persuade a little young girl who ain't seen nothing, don't know nothing, ain't had no type of fucking money, right? So you give her anything that would be foreign to her, it's just so amazing. It's just, but that's fucking manipulation, bro. That's lame as fuck, bro. That's the goofiest shit ever, man. Let me manipulate this young kid's mind because she think I'm a fly nigga. I'm an older gentleman, right? So she see me whipping. She see the older chicks like me, right? Let me go ahead and take advantage of this young woman. That's lame as fuck, bro. And the parents, they not off the hook either. I'm gonna be all the way 100. The parents is not off the hook. Her parents gotta be talked about, man. I'm on a top, right? I'm on a top, man. Look, man. Where the fuck was her parents at during all this shit, man? How the fuck is your kid missing for any type of time, man, and you ain't slid around the fucking world to get her, man? How did your kid even get to a point where I understand kids run away and different shit like that, but from the rumors, her and her mother had a bad situation, so that's why you can't really be having these just badass relationships with your kids, man. You gotta have some type of love for them, really a lot of love for them, right? And you gotta be actively involved with their situation and making them feel loved, bro. And if you're doing that, 9 times out of 10, these kids ain't running away. These kids ain't doing these type of things. It's usually when there's something going on within the home, as been reported. But the mama and the daddy got to get some blame for this shit, man. We got to look at them like, what the fuck is y'all on, man? Like where was the supervision at? She was on video in front of some Spanish people house, cussing them out, calling them niggas, and saying she gonna have niggas come do shit to them and popping it, right? Late at night. I think they were saying this video was late at night, like, you know what I'm saying, 11 o'clock, so on. My kids can't. I don't give a fuck. Mary, if you anything under 18 years old, you gonna be in my motherfucking house by like 9 o'clock. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, right? Unless we set something up and we said, oh, you can go to the movies and it might end at 11 or whatever it may be, but I'm gonna be there to pick you up, though. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I let my daughter go to the movies or do some shit like that, man, I'm gonna be there to pick you up. I dropped you off. I seen who you was there with. I watched you go into the fucking movies. If you choose to try to sneak off up out of the movies and do whatever about the movies, but I think the way that I'm raising mine up and the way that I'm raising mine, she gonna know, like, shit, if I'm gonna sneak out, I have to be back in this motherfucker before it's over. She really only got but a couple hour window to do some bullshit, which is less time for some bullshit, right? These movies be lasting but an hour and 30 minutes now, an hour and 20 minutes and shit, right? So you really got but an hour and 20 minutes to try to do some bullshit, right? And more than likely, she gonna watch the movie with her friends. She know that it's gonna be some shit. You play with me, and I'm gonna be searching. It's gonna be a goddamn fuck the police. It's gonna be a SWAT team of family members looking around for your motherfucking ass. Like, it wouldn't be just we're letting you get off the hook. So they need to be arrested. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. The parents need to be arrested, bro. They need to be flat out arrested. There was even reports of the mother receiving payments. So that's selling your daughter pussy off, dog. You're selling your daughter off. That's not cool. Never be cool. Never be respected, right? So this mother was damn near selling off her daughter. Hush money, right? Receiving hush money from David, and then in return letting her go off for weeks at a time, months at a time is what they're saying, right? She got to get arrested, knowing that he's an adult. Kids around the community are reporting. They were reporting this shit. This is in the documentation. You guys can go look this up for yourself. Her friends and people that weren't even her friends, you know, just like peers, you know, other kids that might have seen her. Oh, she's pulling up with some grown-ass man in a Tesla. She has a grown-ass singer boyfriend. Everyone knew this shit, bro. So parents need to be held accountable. Parents need to fuck around and get arrested for this shit. I'm gonna keep it real. It just don't need to be David. I want to see the parents go down as well. And I felt the same way with the whole R. Kelly situation as well. Because these parents were actually dropping their kids off at the studio with R. Kelly and leaving them. For who the fuck takes their daughter to a grown man's studio and leaves her for fucking weeks and months at a time? And then there was reports that he was fucking on some of their mamas as well. So this is just crazy, right? So this is just a thing where a bunch of freaky shit going on. And the parents need to be held accountable, man. I'm all about accountability, and I just feel like I just have to know where the fuck y'all place was in this, you know? Just off of the reports of everything I just mentioned to y'all now. Them getting payments from David, knowing her daughter's running off with David. The mother mentioned to the police she has a boyfriend named David. All the friends are saying it's David, and she hangs with some grown-up named David that pulls up in a Tesla. Bro, this shit, and the shit just keeps going. I could just keep going all day on just the different shit that was going on, right? So That's my whole take on this shit, man. Parents need to be accountable for that shit as well, bro. David, I don't give a fuck what happened to him. He's a freaky boy, freaky ass, stanky ass motherfucker. And I'm about this thing.